Hi there,
Hello.
this is Jim
Yes.
and Lucy, and Jim has very interesting subject for you today.
Yes, and I hope it's something that all of you have given a lot of thought to particularly during the pandemic, because everybody is trying to find ways to bring in extra money for their family and also create a business. And one of the things you can do is that there's something that everyone is passionate about, something that we care deeply about, or something that's a hobby, and you can find a way to turn that passion that you have into a profit. I notice that we go out sometimes, we'll see products and we'll say, well, that's really interesting. Or we'll thumb through IKEA or something. Now we do a lot of it online. But we'll thumb through and say, well, I hadn't thought of that. Then we'll say, well, I did think about that. Someone actually made something out of it. Well, one of the ways that you can do this is that I remember years ago reading a book by J. Paul Getty. Some of you perhaps may be a little bit too young to remember who J. Paul Getty was, but he was the richest man at that time, richest man in the world. And J. Paul Getty had a quote where he said that the secret to success is finding a need and filling it. So just think about that for just a moment. You find something that you're having a problem in, and just imagine that, wait a minute, if this was a problem for me, this is probably a problem for other people. And what can I do? What can I make it easier? If I want to improve this and make it easier for myself, I'm going to make it easier for other people. There may be thousands. There may not be millions, but if you just had a few hundred select customers, or a few thousand select customers, who care? You don't need everybody to buy your product. Not everybody has to like you and be your friend on Facebook. But boy, if you have this nucleus of 100 that became 200, the next month 300, and the next month after that 400, or even growing 10 or 15% every year, just imagine what you can do on an idea. It could be a hunch. It could be almost anything. It could be body lotion. That was my first idea, okay? Or it could be something else.
So basically you need to find something that you like, and you need to find something that is needed, and it's popular to put it right now. If you read some management books or strategy books, marketing books from 10 years ago, 20 years ago, and from right now, they basically will describe pretty much same principles, just in different words and different terms. And what is popular to say right now, you just need to fill the gap. You look at the market, you see what's offered and what's not, and you either find what is missing, or what in the niche you wanted to work in, what is missing, or what is done not properly, or not good enough, or not targeted to this particular audience for this age, or something else. So there are many ways, and in my startup handbook, the second edition will be going out later this year, there are actually 8 ways how you can compete and how you can create something that will go in the market. And it's not necessarily should be something innovative, crazily innovative. It could be something pretty much same, just targeted differently, or better customer service, not necessarily lower price. There are many ways. And the key is actually, yes, to find the passion, to be passionate about what you're doing. And sometimes it's very hard because when you start from zero, and if you don't really have much budget to market yourself, to develop yourself, and you need to do all this hard work to prepare, to develop, and then find investors maybe, and it is not easy, and you will get tired, you will get exhausted, you will feel like, why should I start? Why should I continue going this way? I've been there.
Yes, you will.
And we all been there. And I've been there myself when I just started, and I've seen what I want to do, and how should I change, what should I learn, what should I offer differently, and how to build up from zero. Because when I started, I didn't have any outside clients. After office jobs, years of different things, you just started from zero. You don't have anything, and you still have obligation for your family and kids and everything else. it is hard, and sometimes you feel like, oh really, why should I continue? I should get anything else. So, and some people will really give up and go back to office job, but as you can see right now, it's not even an option. And right now, for example, we are in Ukraine, and for the past 2 months of the lockdown, uh, let's consider simply restaurants and bars and cafes. Over 30% of those were closed, not closed for the lockdown, I mean closed at all. So how many people lost jobs, and how many people are now at home at leave, unpaid leave in any country? And they are looking for ways, and they're probably too stressed right now to think about how to convert my passion into the business. So the key was obviously start thinking about it and working on it times ago, and if it didn't happen, you still have to start someday. And sometimes it's like a final call. To me, final call was when I lost my last office job, and I've been running through interviews and everything, I could get anything for many reasons, and I thought that would be cool to start this and that, and then I got my first contract for the first book ever, and English is not my not my language. I mean, I speak English, I can write, but it was pretty tough for me, because then it was even worse than now. And writing that book, I didn't have any budget for proofreader. I didn't have anything, and luckily for me, the girl from the office from my publisher said, I will do this for you, and that will be free of charge. That was my first book with them, and she did. And I remember it was right before Christmas. She finished proofreading that book, and it went public, and I was sending her some chocolate from Ukraine. I remember the day I walked to the post office with a huge box of Ukrainian chocolate to send it to UK, and the whole post office been trying to figure out if I can do it legally. So those are tiny things that you can remember, and I want you to have this nice happy moment, not just struggle moment, but happy moment, and you will have all of them. You just have to start and keep going.
Yes, and having those happy moments, excuse me, requires some thinking here. You got to have this thinking. One of the things I adore about my wife is that she goes to bed happy, and she wakes up happy. She'll come in here before me, and we usually do our yoga together in the mornings, but sometimes she wants to get a jump start and do extra, and I'll walk in the living room, and there she is already doing her yoga, and she'll look over her shoulder and see me, and she has this brightest smile, and she may not be feeling perfectly, but she's trying to move things better in the world by being positive rather than being grumpy. That's what can sometimes be. All of us can use the excuse, I had my coffee, but how awful it would be if, just like a fix for a druggie, that someone requires having their coffee before they're really perked up and ready to go and put their happy face on. You decide not to caffeine, because our body becomes actually immune to that. We decide what we're going to do, how we're going to be. Now, when I started my arm of the business here, it was with absolutely nothing, and I just came home after losing a contract for something else. I came home and I was defiant. I cried for a moment, then I said, enough of that now. Now let's get back to work. I started using all the things that I had learned, all the books I had read, all the people I had trained over the years, and said, how am I going to make this serve me? And what was going to serve me is that I picked the phone and I called a Fortune 500 company several states away. I had never done this in my entire life. I didn't have a business name, not a slogan, not a product, nothing except the things that I had gleaned. And I got a contract that very same day. So you go out and do the same things, but make it more than just a hobby. Make it now something that you're going to improve upon and correct it. It doesn't have to be a lot. Just tweak it, refine it, make it yours.
It's good when your hobby is paying you money, but to build it into business is completely different. And it's hard work, and the secret, as we say, is just put your mind to it and keep going. And don't give up.
Do not give up. Lucy has written how many books now, honey?
6.
6 books, and we wrote how many since December? What, 2?
2 more, yeah.
2 in December. We just finished one a few weeks ago. I finished a children's book and had it illustrated just at the pandemic. So there's a lot of things that you can do every day. We still operate our consulting business. We operate this new business now with our coaching programs now, from all the things that we have gleaned over the years and the people we've met. So right now we have customers on every continent and in many countries in the world. If we can do it, so can you. We're your guide. We'll help you every step of the way. Follow the link. Connect with us for coaching. We'll be happy.